If you're a former indie VTuber who turned corpo while keeping your identity, who owns your IP? That's the question everyone is asking after the recent situation involving V4Mirai and Kou Mariya. But how did it all start? Just a brief background, Kou Mariya started back in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. Like a lot of creators at that time, she turned into streaming as a way to stay connected and bring a little light into a pretty dark period. She was heavily inspired by some of the biggest creators at that time in VTubing space, namely Puff, Minato Aqua, and Emiliya. What started as a small indie passion project quickly grew into something much bigger. Her YouTube channel, as shown in Social Blade, has reached 40,000 views and 3,000 subscribers before joining V4Mirai, which is huge for a indie VTuber. And speaking of V4Mirai, in 2023, they approached her with the promise of expanding her reach and helping her take her content to the next level. And when she signed with the agency, she made the top choice to leave her original YouTube channel behind. All of her former streams and uploads were either set to private or unpublished as seen on Social Blade. She then moved to a new channel managed by V4Mirai. While yes, she was stepping onto a bigger stage, it also meant letting go of the platform she built from scratch. Mariya debuted as part of V4Mirai's second gen Petalite, joining other members who were brand new faces created under the agency. Yes, unlike her gen mates, she came in with her own design, name, and established fanbase. In short, like Iron Mouse, she's an indie success story transitioning into the corpo world. Now fast forward, things seems to be going well. She held various collabs with other VTubers, with her karaoke relays being one of the most popular. She even became one of the producers of Fantastic Reality, a 3D live concert featuring VTubers like Iron Mouse, Mint, and more. But on January 14, 2025, she suddenly announced that she'd be taking an indefinite hiatus due to a personal emergency. Then 2 months later, on March 22, she made her long-awaited return. During the stream, she also debuted her new outfit. The comeback stream was also well received by her fans and they were ready for what to come next. Her long-teased 3D debut of her new outfit is scheduled for October 3rd, or in short, her 5th anniversary stream.
The announcement is Mariya 2.0 3D! I'm gonna announce it, or I'm gonna reveal it on my 5th anniversary, which is this upcoming Friday.
Fast forward on October 3rd, while fans were waiting for what was supposed to be a huge moment, which is her 3D debut and anniversary stream, it never materialized. She didn't show up. No tweet, no delay, no notice. No further announcement. For the next 2 days, both her and V4Mirai were silent. It wasn't until October 5th when V4Mirai finally released a statement. They first apologized for canceling the stream without notice and said that discussions regarding Mariya's future activities were ongoing, which confirmed that something was happening behind the scenes but didn't explain what. That wording, discussions ongoing, raised a ton of red flags, and fans started speculating that there was some kind of dispute, especially since Mariya herself tweeted from her PL sounding confused about the situation, like the announcement didn't match what she knew. And while it looked like a simple cancelled stream from the outside, this was really the first sign that things between her and V4Mirai were falling apart. Her KouHais who came expecting a 3D debut ended up witnessing a much bigger story. A week later, on October 10th, Emiliya, the person behind Kou Mariya, finally spoke up in her new account on X. She dropped a heartfelt statement that explained her side, and honestly, it made the situation even sadder. Emiliya starts by explaining how she created Kou Mariya back in 2020 during the pandemic. Like a lot of people, she was going through a tough time, lonely and isolated, and VTubing became a way to connect with others. What started as a small, independent project eventually grew into something way bigger, a loving and supportive community that kept her going. She then mentioned the time when she was approached by V4Mirai. Her dream was to see Mariya reach more people and continue evolving. But as we all knew, things didn't go as planned. After losing her brother earlier this year, she had a moment of realization that life is too short not to focus on what truly makes you happy. And for her, that meant regaining creative independence. This was probably the reason why she took an indefinite hiatus last January. She tried to negotiate that freedom for Kou Mariya, but unfortunately, she said that they couldn't come to an agreement. That's when she made the hard decision to let go of the character. And you can tell that it wasn't easy. She emphasizes that this decision came purely from love and not anger. Love for her fans, the community, and the memories they built together. And one really emotional part was when she wrote what Mariya herself would have said in a final goodbye. She thanked everyone for the support and apologized for the sudden ending. And by the way, she also uploaded a voice version of this statement on her YouTube channel, and I encourage you to check it out yourself as it will help her increase her watch hours so she can qualify for monetization. Emiliya ends her statement saying that even though this chapter has ended, her story as a creator isn't over. She's starting again, but not starting alone. The community she built is still with her. And her final words?
I will continue with never-ending love and gratitude. And as Mariya would say, with love and blood.
And not long after her tweet, V4Mirai also made their post, officially announcing her immediate graduation. And what really caught people's attention was the wording. The company claimed that after multiple discussions, they couldn't find a balance between what was possible for the company and the conditions Mariya requested. They also said that they had to maintain consistency with how they handle contract matters for all their talents. In short, it sounded like they're trying to frame it as a business disagreement. Sure, they want to ensure consistency on how they handle contracts, but they completely left out one crucial detail: the fact that Mariya was an odd one out. She was originally an indie VTuber who joined V4Mirai already owning her IP. Yes, most of V4Mirai's talents debut under the agency, meaning the company naturally owns their IP. But in the case of Mariya, she spent years building her name and community on her own before even joining them. Personally, I think she did more for V4Mirai than they did for her. By the time they expanded into the EN scene, Mariya was already an established indie. Kinda like how VShojo brought in creators who already had followings. And as evil as VShojo is, at least their talents get to keep their IPs when they leave. In this case though, it feels like they took everything she built for years. Her name, identity, all in the name of consistency. You see how fucked up this is? And naturally, people in the comments voiced out their disappointment, urging the agency to return her IP. Bao even commented, "Please, for the love of God, everyone, stay independent." And since she's bound by an NDA, we'll probably never know what the contract actually said. But I'm sure it isn't in favor with Mariya. And as unfair as it sounds, it will be hard to fight for the right of her IP, legally speaking. But this isn't the end for Mariya. Like I mentioned, she launched her new YouTube channel under the name Emiliya and began rebuilding from scratch. Aside from her video addressing the fallout with her former agency, she also held 2 live streams both named I Want to Continue, and fans quickly rallied behind her, with both streams reaching a total of 20k views. And this helped her boost her channel's watch time to be eligible for monetization. The video description also includes a Tiltify link to help cover the cost of starting her new persona. I mean, VTubing isn't cheap, especially when commissioning artists for model, emotes, and all that stuff. And that's a powerful message, because it proves that while the company can own the model of the VTuber or their name, they can't own the connection between a creator and their audience. At the end of the day, this brings us back to one big question. Who really owns the IP when an indie VTuber goes corporate? If a creator builds their character from scratch, 4 years of passion into it, and then joins an agency, does that suddenly make it a company's property? It makes you wonder what would happen if someone like Suisei ever decided to part ways with Hololive. Would she still get to keep her name on model, or will it all stay with the brand? Other agencies like VShojo prove that it can be done differently as their talents get to keep their IPs after leaving. But ironically, that same company got caught in its own mess this year, which eventually led to its shutdown, which I covered in another video. Feel free to check it out next, and if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.